All right, y'all. We're gonna get back. We're gonna do a lightning round, so one poem apiece. And first up, we've got Memphis Lucas. So put your hands together, y'all.
Thank you. This poem was more like prose. That's probably why I didn't read it last time. But when I was featured, I was going to read it. But I kind of thought it was a bit too long. But it's not super long. But I just thought that feels more like prose. But I'm just going to read it. I don't know why I made it. I think it was a writing example from my creative writing class about setting and environment. But it's called After the Melt. Valleys and plains stripped of green flesh, stretching distinctly over 5.45 billion acres. There's a colossal desert, home to dark scarlet sand leaping up in the wind, scraping against and staining the sinewy, opaque confines of gleaming, dark, sweltering crystals. Mountainous and all shooting up from a bad dream to the scorching sun above. Rigid and standing from the eternal latticework from thousands of loose white centipedes, each individual with 33 legs and containing other various fossils. There is a sound radiating from these pillars that would lend knowledge to a being from their amygdala that it did not belong to a train's whistle. It was too loud, and trains have since rusted and decayed, but there's no other descriptor for such a noise. The smell wafting from hundreds of miles of conglomerate masses, standing sentinel is one of umami presently, whereas almost 1,254 years ago, it reeked of putrefaction, and in the next 1,254 years, it'll smell of char. The destiny in the air, or the density in the air, would leave one's body paralyzed from the weight of millions of moist breath, and you would fall dead in an instant from the thundering red drums within these sanctuary, humongous towers, coercing your ears to their deafness before darkness. The clouds, a yellowish green, have been the first to do their duty, taking all the moisture from the lands below, and until all is dust forever, there will be no coming rains of dribble used to swap deludes instead of crafting exquisite orations from you to another. The people have been the next to fulfill their duty that same day, and the mass flood of horrified bodies, scampering to each other and clinging to one another in some last-ditch effort of benefaction, as they lifted the old, the weak, the sickly, and the young to the sky to escape the assiduous ground in the homes, yards, seats, and the cabins of planes, ships with their fleets, all where flesh may meet, including with very lifting hands. They sang all in one high note as their bodies, every single body, began to reshape, remodel, and remake themselves into something embellished by Troilus, the very structures filling this landscape. Every so often there was a quake, a sudden jolt from the foundations of the crystals. Collectively they all remember and collectively startle awake and pray for anything other than such bad dreams. Thank you.
That was Memphis again. Next up, we got Sherry.
My
Get out of here! Get out of here! Oh, you know I love you.
On the phone with Kentucky State Police out there looking for somebody. It's always something. It is always something.
I've been here the whole time. Y'all know that.
Hell yeah!
I did not get any of y'all. Okay, let's see. All right, I don't know. I'm not prepared. So I'll just read about a predator. Interesting predator. They heard an audio taped a wildcat in their backyard today. Really cool sound if you want to hear it. Rachel Scotty. on her phone. It's pretty neat. But this one is about a coyote. The wind was roaring through the trees this morning as I left for work. The coldest day of the year so far. Limbs littered my little road. My headlights found a form in my way. Hungry, huge, mangy coyote. A small way from my house. Standing in my path, he did not move, not an inch. But he looked at me as a predator will. Sizing me up. I whispered a prayer for my cats in my yard, then one for the coyote as he moved away, glancing back at me in no hurry. Always one for the underdog. I wanted to help him, but my past has taught me help for a predator means danger to me. We both just kept moving, but his hungry eyes weren't.
You guys need some cookies, they're right. Next up, we got Eric.
Alright, I'm gonna say one day I'll have my own poetry book, and everything I've written recently will probably be folded into that. But as of now, this is one that I wrote decades ago. Does anybody know the Contra Code? No? Okay. Alright.
Like up, down, down, BB. Okay.
Yep. Up, up,
Okay.
down, up, up. Alright, this one's called Dear Giant, What Would Have You Become? Hey, someone grab a bottle of Jack and meet me out back. There's some conversations you need to be a part of, and there's a situation that you all need to be aware of. You see, fear and faith are both simply fleeting things. We grew up in Mario, writing songs about pretty girls, throwing controllers at TVs and rollers at their feet. We set divine intervention as a destiny, not a definition. I walked around the streets of my hometown, waiting for the skies to clear and the waves to break. Fuck Mario! We're playing Contra! Load the missiles and gather the arsenal. Do you remember the code for infinite lives? Oh, if only we could apply that to real life. We had taken more chances of drinking that wine. Seems to be giving the courage I need. Gathering bravery like it's going out of style. No longer hesitating or indifferent. We stand here in awe. I am going out tonight to retrieve our childhood memories, sneak into the mansions of the people who stole it, fight a good fight and to drag them into the street. Oh dear giant, what have you become? Don't you in the least remember what it was like when we were young, when we didn't need cigarettes in our lungs or alcohol ruining our stomachs, we didn't need girls with no names in our beds. When is the last time you really looked at the time? Have you measured it with how high that sun was in the sky? Now think of the last time you were frustrated or afraid. Have you ever felt intimidated that we may once again lose our way? Oh dear, oh damn. The bad days now outweigh the good ones, don't they? I just don't want to lose any more best friends. This culture will be the death of me. Watching people be faint and what their heart wants to win. Grab her and kiss her and remember the growl and won't clasp. Really dance, but no, we are weak, we are in need. Young lovers trying to claim we'll be fine without it. But now, we try to decipher some semblance of meaning from the fault lines in our fathers, the addicts at the oasis, the well-worn wallflowers trying to ride the electric yoke that flows through our veins. Now listen carefully. Watch my feet move forward, not ever again content to look back. Watch my arms spread as my list of good deeds is being written. The girl who saved me is not to be reckoned with. She's what maintains my days and keeps track of that sun in the sky. She's the sun in my sky. Yes, this is love, real love. I feel like I owe you kids something. Do you not recall what it's like to sleep peacefully at all? No regrets, no mistakes we're afraid to make. No worries, no disgust, just a stuffed animal in a blanket tucked safely. Safe and sound, oh dear, oh damn. And she had dreams of growing up to be Tiger Lily.
Eric, y'all. All right.
I hang out of my lover's car like a scrub. trying to holler at them like, hey pretty boy, I see you around here, where you stay at? Let me get your number, I'm trying to slide through. Saying, wait, don't leave yet, as they're trying to leave to get to their shift. Please know, I behave this way because we are in love. I implore you not to behave this way with strangers. I promise you that no stranger wants you to do this to them. They will run over your feet, flip you off, and flee like they are late for a court date. But my darling and I flirt like we are meeting for the first time. They come up to me at our favorite bar with a, hey cutie, you look really nice. Why don't you give me your number? As if it's not saved in their phone. But I still oblige their fantasy. I tear a scrap piece of paper off of my notebook and write my number with a big call me XOXO on top. And of course, they brag to the bartender after like, hey, I just got this number. And she smiles and says, is that a quiz? And you smile like an excited school kid, your dimples deep in your face with the prettiest flush on it. This is what love should look like. It is holding hands, it is letting you brush your hair, little gifts of flour or candies sporadically, it is dreaming of a wedding and children. It is longing to be anywhere with them, not because you need them to be there, but because every event is so much better with them at your side. That is what love should look like.
All right. That was Quincy K. Yeah. You want me to erase this, or is this a good night? Okay.
It just occurred to me that I'm the oldest person in the room except for my wife. Yeah, I just wanted to say that because I knew she would love it if I said it that way. Because she's actually 6 months older than me, and she'll be 70 in December. So, tomorrow I celebrate my 69th year on this planet, and so my poetry sometimes reflects that old man perspective. So I will ask for your patience. This one's called I Don't Get Excited About Lots of Stuff, and the stuff I do get excited about may not seem real exciting, but hey, whatever. Sun-Drenched Incredulity. That's a great title, right?
Yes.
It was a Sunday feeding chickens in the field behind the house. See where I'm going with this? I stopped to stand and be still and feel the coolness of the breeze, to comprehend the joy I felt steeped in morning revelry. The breath caught in my throat, certain sun-drenched incredulity beneath a brilliant sky and clouds, bright filaments against blue shroud, illuminating shades of green, trembling on the trees. Perhaps, maybe just perhaps, you have been drawn by such affection, standing in the soft and sacred saturation where nothing will suffice but silence, doused in fervent gratitude. Thank you. Bob's got a great book y'all should check out. He would love to talk to you about it. Next up, we got Meredith, y'all.
Okay. Also untitled. I just scrolled through and picked one, so bear with me. The bruising purple and deep blue matching the vast sky above, hoping one day it'll fade back to yellow. Immersed in the water, but the salt is not healing wounds like it's supposed to. Minced meat, ground up, served on the finest Blurry, mirroring, distorted faces. Be grateful, you were chosen, seen as worthy enough to be feasted upon. Say your thank yous, bow your head. Well done and tender. Ears serving as blades, teeth sharpened to better devour. Pull me apart, savor every bit before I am gone. I am sitting here staring at the microwave. The word ready, green, illuminated. What's ready? Listening to a video on YouTube, someone playing piano, the title, don't worry about it tonight. Rest. Am I ready to rest? Am I ready to be done with being food, being served, to be consumed, bit by bit, leaving nothing left, not even a crumb for myself? Is that what I'm ready for? Am I ready for stillness, for a pause? Am I ready to not be words on a screen, a beat to remind someone that I am here, that I'm done, that I'm waiting for their consumption, their perception? When will just being be enough? I smell the rot. Lights blind me, blurring with the tears. Where's the carcass? It's like it's following me, sticking to my skin. Am I rotting?
Ember J. So Ember J, come on back up.
Okay, so this is a short piece I wrote about 6 months ago after getting out of a 2-year-long relationship with a girl who was closeted at home, and we couldn't tell our friends either because we were breaking a school rule by living together and all that stuff. So I wrote it at the time from a place of wishing I could hate her for making me higher, but understanding and wanting to balance those. This is called Crickets. It's 3 in the morning as I'm making my way home. I hear the words they scream at me while I walk that gravel road. But all the crickets chirping let me know I'm not alone. Violent as bugs without a place to call their own. I wish I were one of them. I'd have a whole wide world to roam. Maybe my best friend would be a great big garden home. We'd hop around, I'd never know that he was made of stone. And since he couldn't move, he'd never leave me alone.
Alright, that's everybody who put a check mark next to their name, wanting to go this last round. Does anybody want to read one more? Okay, I'll close this up with another sonnet.
I say roughly as I'd rather get you guys all the
Alright, this one's called Tea. Sipping from this earthen cup, I hope it survives the war. I wouldn't call it a prayer. I gave those up years ago. Something more like a koan blown like smoke in the void's eye. Of the weight to see if it bleeds any tears. The water, pale tea leaves in my soft body. The curdled pink soul in my soul cannot process this loss. For the tea is delicious, and my brain lies to itself. For the dried leaves whisper of infinity and heaven, how we all loved honeysuckle until we had gardens, how we all hated kudzu until it covered our shames, how it was bliss before it was oblivion, darkness. There will be a blinding light before the great blackening, from where they've strung us up upside down, the bombs with like tears. How ash will hail down like a God's hand thing. I want you to acknowledge it within each other. Like, this is a community. Get to know each other, buy each other's work, support it, love one another, take care of one another, inspire one another. And if you'd like, I have a homework, another prompt for those that are, wanting a little prompt. So you buy a cool thrift store jacket. Outside in the cold, you put it on. You find a flask in the inner pocket. You open it, and a genie appears, gifting you one wish. Write a poem in which the opposite of your wish comes true. I will repeat. You buy a cool thrift store jacket. Outside in the cold, you put it on. You find a flask in the inner pocket. You open it and a genie appears, gifting you with one wish. Write a poem in which the opposite of your wish comes true. And before everybody heads off to their Sunday afternoon, if you want to, we can line up here along the pew and get a group photo of everybody who read, if you guys want. So. I can send it to you.
Yeah.
You gotta get it on the photo, bro.
What?
You read it.
I don't know what you're talking about. No, I didn't. I was messing with you.
I was like,
I know, that's what's funny.
Are you going up there?
Yeah.
I'm taking a picture. Oh, jeez, James.
Sorry.
James coming in hot.
We need the double.
do we need to squeeze?
No, you're good.
Thanks, guys. Thank you for sharing.
I know, it's crazy.